Hello everyone, this is Serious Trivia. Welcome back to our Wei Restoration Cao Huan Let's Play as we continue here for episode 3 from turn 44 in the winter season of 299. So we have a siege in front of us. It's fairly difficult siege. It's their capital city and they have quite the army here. At least 3 decent generals. The 2 capable of fighting actually both have weapons, which makes it even tougher. Roar of the Beast, and we have Hamstring. Okay. The units, kind of a mixed bag. You get some militia tier, you get some medium tier units here, some top tier units here and here. But the garrison is the tough group because they also have a military infrastructure. And we don't really have a lot of tools to make them any weaker than they currently are. So we just have to kind of go in this one kind of cold turkey. We get Night Battle. We do get the capability of burning down some of their buildings and walls. And we'll see if that's enough. We also need to kind of approach this from like a hidden forest to make sure that we don't get deployed in the right side by their wall bastion siege weapons that comes with a military infrastructure building. Kind of have to just trick their deployment. It's quite big as a city, so we're probably not going to be able to burn down many percentages of their settlement. Wait a minute. We can actually just attack on this side, because there's no empty bastions, right? There's towers in every single little bastions here. Okay. We have a nice little alcove here. I don't really love it. Maybe this is better. I have to knock down 3 buildings essentially. No rain, thank God. That would have really crippled us. What we can do is we can divide up some of their archers. So what I mean by that is we can maybe deploy a unit right here. It'll be visible because it's not a unit that we're going to need in the assault. Like the G militia is never going to make it inside. And then we can put a unit here. So they will have to at least deploy some archers on the wall. Basically trying to force the AI to respond in a certain way that makes it a little bit easier for our main army to do the damage. So let's start and hope for some accurate shots. Yeah, their siege weapons can only fit on the side. Do they not actually see these guys? They're ignoring them? No way. They're like, this is not worth our time. Well, let's move them closer. Did we get a burn? Oh, good. Okay. 1 volley is all we needed there. Now comes the really tricky part, which are these towers. Much smaller target, but I think we just need 1 solid hit with the flaming shot. Yeah, it might take a couple volleys here. Nope. Keep trying. Okay, there's a couple archers that we couldn't see, but they did deploy. Okay, that's good news. Unfortunate has been 3 volleys and still no hits. So we ideally need about, 3 more hits for that, and then maybe some shots to break down walls. Oh, we got the roof, but 40% is not going to spread. And the roof can burn down, the building can still fire. We need another volley. Maybe the new strategy is we leave that building on. Oh my god. So poor on the spread. We don't have turtle, so I'm gonna have to get rid of that. Okay, I feel like if we're gonna miss like this, we might have to just call this siege off. By off, I mean basically we siege until we run out of ammo, then we back off, and then we wait for the turn, then we siege again next turn. They could come out and face us in the end turn, that's the other thing. Which at this point we will welcome. Yeah, we're just not hitting it. Rank 2 trebuchets. The accuracy is just a little bit too low. There we go, there we go. Okay, is there still hope? Yeah, there's still a little hope. We're gonna wait till it burns down, then we can move up a little closer for this shot, because we need the accuracy improvement. Leaves us 5 shots. Okay, it's doable. We get the full burn. We break maybe 1 wall with 2 volleys. And ideally, we want to burn the town inside, but not gonna have that opportunity. Any of them have the Raider trait? No. Yeah, we don't have anyone with the Raider trait. So we can't really use our units to spread fire inside the settlement as well. Right now we can move up. Move up as close as we can here. We're gonna have these tank up the enemy archers' ammo. And then our crossbows will prioritize things like the cataphract, maybe some of the Z units. Spear guards, not really, that's a waste of shot, but Z militias would be a pretty good target. These mounted lancers would be a pretty good target. Alright, maybe this will go better. Maybe this will just be sort of a 1 volley type of thing. 2 volleys? Yeah. I don't think this siege is going to happen, actually. We got 2 volleys left. We're definitely not breaking any walls. It'd be amazing if we just get this. Oh, we do. Okay. We got 1 volley left, right? So, breaking... Oh, this wall is actually damaged from the previous one. If we line it up, maybe we can get it in 1 shot. Burn down, please. There we go. Maybe we do get what we want. A little bit of a challenge here. We're getting shot, but it's okay. As long as they fire, they can leave. We got the wall. Perfect. I lost a couple guys. Not a big deal. Spread it out. Come on, guys. Feel free to shoot us. 85% range block chance plus the 50% missile resistance. Very good sponge. They're also not going to be super effective inside the settlement, so might as well put them to this use. I feel like we can maybe do a duel if we can use her ability outside. We got 4 units shooting at us. Actually, it might be better if we use them 2 at a time. A little bit better spacing. Yeah, despite the weapon... I mean, they both have similar weapons. Just, he has good stats. We're basically trying to let this carry us. Ooh, he's making it closer than I want it to be. There we go, we got him. Alright, one obstacle down. He is severely injured to the point where even with Nature's Ally, he is not holding up. I'm gonna follow him back to his horse, or else he might just rout. Okay. He's coming back a little bit. Yeah, we're definitely not beating this. With her ability, even then, I don't think I can beat it. So why take a losing effort? Definitely not doing that. Not unbreakable, we can go for army loss situation. Yeah, all those arrows, and we're still at 28 out of 30. We stop. No point to chase. Let them rotate. We're gonna we have to be very methodical here because we just don't have a lot of resources. I mean, I kind of need him to be... Oh, he's recovering. I need him to be using this to help us clear infantry later on. Gotta wait till they finish shooting, then we can move up a little bit more with our crossbows. It's getting to that point. She also has Nature's Ally. So I think we hit them a little bit more, and then we can just leave them alone. Because she's going to have to move eventually, and then they play route at that point. See if we can shoot over the wall with the arcing shot here. We might have to move up closer. No, they can do it. Good. Okay, we made a route through the Nature's Ally, which is great news. We're probably gonna bounce back. We're just gonna wait here. 68, 62. One more volley. Alright, we got one archer running out of ammo. Two more should join it pretty quickly. This one's kind of in the back. We've only lost 5. Alright, 2 units done. Third one almost finished. Also get some splash damage on the archers, who's kind of just overlapping them for some reason. I think think the Saber Militia here are facing... Yeah, shield side, not on the correct side. They shouldn't actually have... It looks like from the damage, it looks like it is active, the range block chance. It's technically supposed to be only from the front. I feel like we're shooting it slightly from the side, maybe not side enough. I need to encourage this guy to shoot more. Why is he not shooting? We have our targets. We don't need to shoot at the archers. They're easy kills for our cavalry later on. We're gonna send 2 to go into attack with them in support. Getting dragged. And they're definitely a worthwhile target. We just need to move up a little bit more to shoot them, I think. Alright, we gotta get him nice and deep within the enemy formation and then do a little nice... I'll take that right now. And then I'm gonna pull him back because he's injured. Yeah, no need to overcrowd this. Just keep one unit here. I mean, if we can actually try to hit him. Waiting for cooldowns. We got a saber coming out. Move the cavalry up closer. Don't get dragged in, since the unit's still half on the wall. Right, we're here to kill the general. We got him. Pull the cavalry's back. It's getting a little bit weirdly crowded here. And then set up a charge here. I'm gonna save this. He needs to go inside. Yeah, this true infantry is pretty much dead by the time it reached the battle. Oh, what are they doing? No, cancel. Go deeper. On this side. Stay here, stay here. Get the debuff, stay here, stay here. Perfect, he's deep. Do a debuff, good timing. Move them in. They're all out of ammo. Save these guys. Just have him on chase duty here. Oh, that's good. Pull him back. Pull her back. Stay engaged here. Stay engaged here. Shoot over here. The true infantry's gone. Shoot over here. Cooldowns back this side. You can remount. Shoot. Shoot at these. He's a little low. Let me do the splash. Ooh, that is not a good way to route out, but okay. She's dismounted. Ooh, that's trouble. I don't think piling more infantry is a solution right now. I think we just want to wait out this wave and then get fresh troop inside for the second wave. We lost the slam ability. Trying to pick off their cavalry a little bit before we actually fight them. It's okay, if they're not going to be near the battlefield, we'll leave them alone. He's not coming back. It's not really reasonable to hope that our infantry somehow magically kills their infantry. We need to open up a second front somehow, instead of trying to break through this one little gap we have. But right now I don't really have a great solution for that, except for run our general in to try to kill some of these units. Do a general debuff here. See if we can charge our way through. Gonna go after her. Alright, we can see if we can capture like a gate, threaten to capture a gate, make them pull some units away. It's not working. It's better if he's back. At least he's giving nature's ally. Alright, we can try to see if we can flex our cavalry here. We can charge through this and charge straight forward. Maybe. A lot of units to go through for this charge to work out, but we're kind of out of options. Yeah, not exactly a charge. See, that's a charge. But still, we're coming in with damage. Maybe we kill off the cavalry here. Make a push this way, and then the cavalry can keep going, keep going. And then the next wave can try to fit in there as well. Now that's a charge. Push. You guys are next.
敌方部队四散逃窜。
骑兵听命，冲啊！杀呀！骑兵上马，杀！不要留情。马军准备。
You shoot this.
尽情厮杀，动作快点。水上万物。准备开战。
Let them crowd here. We need to open up a second front. Get through.
敌军逃跑了。
Here we go. Get through. Get through.
准备就绪，鼓起勇气，时机已至，加快速度，加快脚步，赶快，赶快！
Now we charge down.
听命，爬墙，长毛兵，杀！准备开战，停住！ 注意，速度前进，准备就绪。
They still have a lot of units.
杀光敌军，杀！
看，敌军逃跑了。
准备开战，准备开战！杀光敌军，准备就绪！快快快！杀呀！快点！鼓起勇气，进攻！时机已至，加快步伐！准备就绪！
We need to route the... Yeah, we need them to route, or else the cavalry's not going to be able to fight them.
尽情厮杀！
停住！
毛兵听命，停住！诛灭敌军！准备就绪！注意！赶快！
Well, the good news is at least we broke through.
加快速度！举起长矛！
Quickly kill this and then face off against that.
鼓起勇气！快速前进！
敌方部队四散逃窜。
准备
Okay,
开战！
engage the next one.
不要留情！
Reset the charge here.
停住！时机已至！听命！速速前进！骑兵准备！片脚不留！
速速前进。水上万物。
杀呀！片脚不留！
Actually, stay here.
顽强不屈！
Engage that.
准备就绪！准备开战！向前进军！冲啊！尽情厮杀！
赶快！
快跑！准备开战！进攻！不要留情！准备就绪！顽强不屈！
敌方部队四散逃窜。
杀！诛灭敌
Crash them from
军！
behind.
速速前进！杀！马军准备！准备开战！
Get the route here.
停住！
Alright, don't chase. Let him engage.
准备就绪！
鼓起勇气。
注意！
Clean this up first so they don't bounce back.
杀！
做好准备。
Mince bodies, we might need them. This might take everything we have.
毛兵来我身边！ 快脚步，时机已至，
How much to completely route that, please?
起手就绪，冲啊！
They got it.
敌军，
This is barricaded. I think we just go after this, and this, and this, and then try to army lost the rest.
鼓起勇气，
我军已占领敌军哨楼，
Right, let them fight them. We can definitely fight them.
骑兵上马，准备开战，听命，片甲不留，顽强不
That's a win.
骑兵在此，准备开战，
Crash into the next target. Alright, we just forced the attack over here. Ooh, they took out... No, that's not good. Well, it's our gate. I don't want to fight outside next to their towers. Towers got us. Waiting for our spear guard here. I think we ignore them and go for this. Might be better.
看，敌军逃跑了。
Alright, rest army lost. Yeah, took pretty much everything we had, but good win. And we finally get to rank up. Time to become a real prince. I think so far we're ranked minor prince.
兵器连年，烽烟不息。若不速速了结战事，
我等信念如一，这便是上天的恩赐。
I think we go for the kill. Grab the item. It's probably worth more than 800 in trade deals.
不能再耗费物资看压他们了。此为苍生黎民之
Okay,
天
lots
下，
of food.
非暴虐诸
Food
侯之天下。
multipliers. Building that I typically don't keep. Building that I typically don't keep. City tier, pretty good. Our spy returns with good trait. Bad satisfaction. 49 years young. I mean, the reason why we had him as a spy is because they couldn't keep him satisfied. Now, did we not rank up? We did rank up. Okay, good. There's just no pop-up, basically. Or did I miss it? No, I think there is no pop-up. But because we now have administrator, I mean, she obviously will get us more construction cost discount, which is nice, but the food, income from all sources, also just as a general mechanic to keep him happy. And Shangyong honestly is not a great commandery, so putting him here is probably fine. What's his retinue like? Ooh, we're never going to be able to afford him some of them on the field, so having him as an administrator actually works out great. We can try to boost his expertise. Go for a -5 instead of -12. Noble support. Actually, I probably want industry income. And then peasantry income. Yeah. Perfect time for you to come back and work for us. 8% now. Respectable. And we should have a new spy position as well. He's working his way towards patience.
力求上进，功名震天。
And we'll just slowly build this out. 2 open spy positions. Jiangxia. Nope. So he loves us. Can we get some more characters to maybe mess up the faction a bit more? We'll just keep our eyes out for suitable candidates in the future. We get tier 2 finally. Alright, this will get us quite a few of our buildings, counties to get upgraded tier 4. Replenishment for garrison, 20% discount for all green building, which is pretty nice. One more administrator, one more assignment, corruption reduction, faction wide. I mean, all these are useful. More spy position means more schemes. I think that actually might be high on our list. Yeah, I think I mean, replenishment's awesome too, but I think we're fine there. Let's do this. Oh? They didn't update this, or did they change it on purpose? Cao Cao's numbered pawns scale with number of spies. It seems like we're only allowed 2 with the mod. Maybe it'll be changed next turn because we did just get this new position. We'll see if it does adapt. If that is the case, do we still go for this? Because that's the only reason why this would be attractive. Because other than that, you know, trade agreement's better. These tier 4 buildings are good for us. That one's really tempting too. I'm going to play it safe and go for the extra trade. He lost his capital, now he's willing to peace out. We beat 2 of his armies. He's probably short on armies. I want to take at least this before we consider a peace deal. So we're going to leave that alone. It's only going to improve as we beat him more. Alright, we're getting very close to him. Can he trade me the weaponsmith? It's not very expensive. Definitely something we can afford. Especially with the sheer number of items that we have. He's a -2 food. Okay, in that case, we can even drop one of these and give him 2 food instead. Pretty clean deal. He's gonna treat us as best friends. Awesome. I think after we deal with Smawe, we can plan our attack on the Jin capital and proceed with phase 2, where we declare war against every one of the Sima clans. Oh, come on. There we go. He hasn't paid
高
us
兴
yet.
见到足下。
Oh my god, is he rich? He's not that rich, he's just pretty lenient with giving out his money. 5,730? I mean, that's a huge chunk. Alright, looking good, looking good. Let's see if there's any characters with items that we would consider recruiting. Because we just traded away some of our items, and we have some open court positions. I'm not gonna make way for the bronze one. Unless he also happened to be like a really strong character with traits. He's not. Now these characters can be doing assignments, so they can definitely double down. We don't really have enough money to make sense. It is going to be spring next turn. We'll assign them next turn when, you know, we can get faction council off of them. So kind of double duty there. Let's get this a tier 5, tier 3, max tier. And we're mostly good. Let's continue. Forgot about this. Probably let's get the prestige up. I mean, we still really want to rank up as much as we can. This will be Duke equivalent from the base game. It's a lot of work. So I guess maybe this is a level that we're going to be stuck on for a bit. In that case, maybe we do go for corruption reduction if we're planning to go tall pretty soon. This will get administrator. Corruption's really low. Maybe just go base. Alright, now we can end turn. Not done with you yet. I want to take your lumberyard. And a nice juicy payment from you. Control the capital. That is exactly the intent. The Ministry of Education has submitted their final review of the 9 rank allocation. This is a system implemented by Cao Pi. Upsettingly, one of your retainer's client have received a lower rank than they expected. Your retainer asks that you correct this obvious mistake if they're able. They also offer, of course, to cover any necessary costs. Trust the system, spurn our generals, get spirit assignments, intervene, pay, introduce 20% corruption. We get money back because they pay us. And we get wealth alignment. As much as I love to get some spirit points because we do rank up. No, we're getting the spirit points. For those who are unfamiliar with the 9 rank allocation, this is sort of the first step in terms of ranking bureaucracies in China. Cao Pi introduced this as an effort to kind of change the recommendation system that we used during the Han Dynasty. Previously, if you wanted a job, I mean, that was basically our heir asking us that question. If you wanted a job, you basically had to get a recommendation letter from someone who was seen as well respected in your local area. Oftentimes, it could be a local official, it could be a retired official, or sort of a renowned scholar from the area. And the recommendation letter basically is a testament to your character. Right, basically says, you know, you have high character. It was a morality-based system. Once you got that recommendation, you're basically put on file as sort of eligible to get a government position. Most likely a lower tier one, unless you're well connected. Then you're pretty much jumping up into the imperial court, or maybe you start out working as a clerk. Regardless, it's basically your path towards politics. You have to get a recommendation letter. Oh, this is nice. And Shangyong, huh? The rebellion depends on if we think it can beat the army there. I don't think any rebellion can beat the army here, so I think that's just a waste of money. Did we get 3? We did get 3. Okay, good. So it works. So we'll get the spy one as the next reform. Just wanted to be sure there. Nanyang's fine. I think that's a waste. I think that's a waste. I think we just paid 200. So that system kind of, recommendation system lasted for about 400 years. And for those who think it's unfair, you have to also understand that, it's really hard to judge candidates in a time period where education wasn't public, it was more privatized. Essentially, people who are educated, might teach only people that they are close to, or most often time basically established clans, gentry clans as we like to call them. They would host private schools, and they would basically hire teachers that are renowned, and they would have them teach kids from their own clan, and that's it. So if the only educated people are the elites, then the recommendation system actually makes more sense, right? Imagine you just step into a room and you don't know anybody, because how could you, right? If you're working at the imperial court, you're asking local government to give us recommendation. There's no cell phones, there's no TVs, communications, just basically people writing a letter to each other. You have to trust the locals to give you the best candidates. And if you look at down a list, or if you walk into a room, you're trying to hire a scientist, you know nothing about science yourself, and then one person's last name is Einstein, and he says, this is Einstein's, cousin. You're gonna hire that guy, right? It's nepotism, but it's also your best chance with nothing else that's known to hire the right guy until proven otherwise. And if one of the guys is capable and want to prove it, well, they have to find someone in position that can recommend them. And, that happened. Guo Jia was kind of he comes from a pretty esteemed clan. The Guo clan was not a weak clan. Guo Tu is from the same clan. But Guo Jia was seen as sort of the outcast of his own clan. Wasn't following all the Confucius rules, but he was quite capable. And he was able to get that reputation through when Xun Yu recommended him to Cao Cao. So you just have to kind of know the right people to get recommended. I mean, even today, you think today is a much more merit-based system, which kind of is, but if you go out and look for a job, internal recommendations, having resumes submitted by someone who already worked at the company because they can vouch for you, that type of system still exists today. So when they introduced the 9-rank system, they were just trying to standardize the recommendation system. They weren't introducing an exam. What do I want her to get? She is in our army. I guess we'll just get this and go down. I still have no real weapon for her. Oh, she can use this. A little bit stronger. Now we can peace out. 17.7. Do I just grab Hanzhong from him as well? Or do I just be happy that we're here? He's willing to trade with us. I guess all is forgiven. That puts us closer to getting the capital. Why does he like us so much? I guess just the military, it's just the military swings. He's just basically weak right now. Okay, I don't even need to give him anything. I think one food will do it. Beautiful. We get land. We get relationships secured. We get trade. Win-win. We're still at war with Zhang Feng. I don't even know where he is. He's holding sort of the reverse Jin banner. Was this a splinter faction that got created during the... Did they go through a civil war? That's what I'm wondering. Or is it just another flag designed in the game? He's working for a lot of the princes. He's also at war with lots of princes, including the Jin Empire, which makes me suspicious whether he's a splinter faction. Well, the peace deal is a little bit too much. We definitely can't... Well, actually, I'm not even interested in entertaining that peace deal. He can come and fight us.
真令人愉悦。
Alright, so we are going to need our army back because our next target's over here. We can move them to Luoyang. We can move through Hangul Path before going to war and see if we can sneak in there. If we can get a spy, that'd be great, but right now, not really. Or we can make a move against Samaliang. Not able to turn any more spies from them. I might have to save points for 2 turns for a discredit faction. 7 turns of mistrust. 16-3. You're gonna have to wait 2 turns for that. Okay, we'll just wait for now. Move our army back. Absorb the land that we just took. Build up a little bit and go from here. We have tea from trade, but do I trust how long we can hold that tea resource? Because it's going to be a hassle switching buildings. I think we just go for the regular one. We do want to use these just for... So we can only use this during spring? That's a weird legacy setup from the base game, where it's a free reform. I can get the movement when they have no movement. I just want the 15 points. Yeah, use it. They don't actually have movement because they can't get any more because they just actually took a settlement. But I just wanted to use that 15 points of credibility buildup. Yeah, we'll leave this alone. I mean, it is spring. Let's continue. The people comes first. Pay money for wealth or refuse for spirit. I mean, spirit is going to take 45 points for next tier, and they're starting to get some negative at tier 3 and above. You can see this is where they got the early ideas for the bureaucracy, dynasty, and warlord points for Liu Hong's faction, because Mandate Heaven came after this. You essentially had this like 5-tier bar that started introducing some negatives at tier 3 and above. It's an interesting trade-off. I think this is a good way to design games, because you just don't want infinite positive. That just doesn't make a lot of sense. Yeah, we'll go for wealth for this part. We're gonna shift this army to Luoyang. We'll go slow. They need the replenishment. I'm also debating whether we want to upgrade these units. He's rank 6 now. We can get heavy spear guards, and we can get spear warriors. So basically, we can also afford it right now. I feel like we make the move, especially since we still have Grand Commandant in the position for 10% recruitment discounts. And then over here, do we want to make any upgrades? I feel like having a couple light cavalry is good. Still like the crossbow. Do we... There's no Juggernaut in 8 Princes. Yeah, so I think we just keep this setup. Go for some fast build up here. See if we can get any more potential spies. Oh, that is just basically a big no. Then I guess we save points for these. Jiangxia Wang down here. We were at war with them earlier. Grabbing 1 random character is not really going to do much. I think we'd rather wait. 32. Right, back to our conversation about Nai rank. So what Cao Pi tried to do is essentially standardize the people who are giving recommendations in each of the regional area. It was a way to kind of appease some of the bigger Gentry clans because they were given the allocation to become the local recommender. Obviously, this is like great power since you can recommend who gets a political career and who doesn't. And what they're supposed to do is that every year they look at the local talent, they write a report to the government, giving the talent a rank. It goes from 9 to 1, 1 being the highest and 9 being the lowest. And they will basically fill out a form. Says I recommend this as a 9th tier candidate. The reason why I think this is a 9th tier candidate, this is a 3rd tier candidate. The reason why this is a 3rd tier candidate, and the central government basically get to compile this information and hand out positions to, according to the talent recommendations by the local Gentry clans. And the compromise here is that people who didn't come from Gentry clans were basically allowed to get recommendations under this system, but oftentimes they would only get what's called the lower 5 tiers. You get the 9th tier recommendation, the 8th tier recommendation, 7, 6, 5. And then the top 4 tier, top 3 tier is like exclusive to the Gentry clan. So the government will still get some, common folks who have a chance to get into government based on like the rule set up for this system, but they wouldn't get sort of the top tier roles. So that was sort of the compromise between trying to get away from a pure recommendation system where it was very hard for common folks to ever get one of those letters, now to a form where, like, based on your commandery's population, you have to recommend X amount of people. And then the regular folks who are not part of the recommenders can also volunteer like 1 or 2 names, depending on how big your commandery is. And then they would get like a lower tier rank, but they get a chance to work in government. Obviously, this system would evolve, and then you end up with the merit exam, which happens during the Sui dynasty, where now people are taking exams to get judged on their merit, which you might think is a merit-based system. It is, but it's incredibly difficult to get educated for the poor. You essentially gave wealthy families who were not Gentry, who were not in the political system before, sort of a means to get in if you're good at learning. But anyways, I think we're good for the turn. There's not much else we can do. We're basically trying to move our army around. And I think our next big move is to take the Jin Empire. I think we're relatively strong enough. It's not like we're going to get another tier up. Unless the Emperor asks us to fight. No, I'm not going to join any coalitions. Right? Unless like the Empress asks us to fight another faction, which we'll be down to. We're probably going after the capital. The only other faction I can think of going after is Shangyong, because we do have his son and heir. And if we can pull off an assassination, obviously I think that has some value there. He has an armor. I think aside from the armor, we can keep him for the assignment too, to help the build up. If we have something that's a 1 turn, we'll build it because it's not going to shorten the time. He's fine. He's not a spy. He has a grudge and he's willing to spy. Probably not that great as a character. I mean, he's actually pretty okay on the field with Vigilant. Fatigue resistance for himself. Morale when defending. Yeah, we can definitely use him. I am curious. There's a couple of people who used to work for the Jin Empire. If they have really good retinues. Not really the case. Right, do we make a decision? Do we want to go towards Jin, or do we want to maybe take down Shangyong first, because we do have his son? Oh, she's finally willing to talk shit about the whole faction. No one else is willing to join in. We are in an army. Like, we can cripple them with poison, of course. If we want to make that move. We pulling to cancel our trade deal with them.
很高兴与你见面。
We're not high enough rank to really like force the vassal or confederation, so we can't use this advantage there. Want to see what prices he offers. 22 for Runan. That's actually kind of fair. Get us a ticket towards his capital. Get us a good income commandery or county. There's just surplus armor in the game. Depends on how much I want to pay, right? So if I give him everything, I can just do... I don't need to give him everything. Only like 84? He doesn't have an army here. He doesn't have an army here either. I think we do make a move against him. We cancel the military access. We cancel the trade agreement. And then let this 10 turns be the countdown for these so that we don't pick up any untrustworthiness. And then we can also try to get a new trade deal with someone else. Nope, he's the only one we're neighboring. That's fine. We make a little less money. I guess we target him before we go after the Jin. I am fairly sure I have military access. Yeah, I do. So let me just move through. Yeah, this would be the closest distance to attack this. No military infrastructure. Excellent. And then they can counterattack from this side. Like this way we also get a complete Chen, right? That's a good pickup for us. A piece of Huainan. Oh, they actually have... Well, their army's here. Good. They have another stack. I know they have another stack. Probably over here, given that he was here, Mei army, and then went up here. Oh, she is willing. Once we have money, we can... Oh, we should do this now. I need a lot of money to get her. It might be a chance someone will pay us enough cash on hand to get this through. If we offer one food. Not great, but next faction, 2.8. Please have some cash on hand. He does. And I think we need one more person. I might have enough, but just in case. Okay, he doesn't have much. Alright, definitely enough now. Get that second spy. Yeah, have both of them using the -10 on the whole faction. Target a third character. We'll grab him next turn. It's working out. Let's use this. We'll tear their faction apart with spying and then take their land. Not gonna align ourselves with any of the princes. Oh, he is a splinter faction for sure. We have a son. You're gonna be the next emperor. Cao Fu? Okay. Fool could mean good fortune. Don't know exactly which character they use, but at least by the sound, we can assume it's that version. He's not going to show up on this list, so I can't really check for actual name. We could use the Vanguard. At least be on the lookout for one. Someone like him with wisdom, who might not be... we need to have a safer pick who's not a spy. She's a safer pick, but she doesn't have wisdom yet. Like, with so many characters going around every single turn, we can wait. Since we're not healing here, let's get out of their territory. We got all the faction-wide stuff that we need. Now it's really about making the units better. So let's do charge speed and then movement speed. Probably should train him towards a battlefield character. Recently hired is going to time out. Yeah, we do need to find a wisdom character pretty soon. I mean, he can also go here. We could also shift him here right now. We make more money that way. 2 items, 2 bronze. Ooh, I almost didn't notice he was packing. Okay, so he's not a spy. He used to work for Shangyong. No, he didn't work for Shangyong. He was Changle. Okay, he had his own princedom that got destroyed by Shangyong, and then he went for Shangyong, and now he's working for me. Looks like I mean, not a bad character by any means. This feels like we don't need him. So thank you for the item. He's also a family member. I want to save points on him to see if we can pull off an assassinate leader. There's no one else to target for now. And plus we filled out our positions. Plus 25, plus 37. Okay. We'll be fine. We'll have plenty of chances to poison. Out of money. Rather get them a building here. So it's peasantry, industry, and not really a income focused one for sure. I don't think we care that much about income here. We could do conscription. We can do inn just for base income. It's not terrible. Military forge for just items. Conscription's mainly to get more seasonal deployments. I'll get that. All right. I wonder if they're fighting each other. The Empress's advisors blocking our advancements. The temporary boost. Get us closer to leveling up might. We'll take it. $20 points of credibility. and faster research rates.
连结奉公，前进！
Yeah, it'll take a few turns, especially in Runan with low population. But it's okay, we got turns. We gotta wait until they completely get rid of, what do you call it? The, we have that assignment, but do we want to wait a turn? I want to wait a turn. That's 10% saved on quite a bit. We have that 10 turns of payment to him that I don't want to break.
祝君好运。
And we definitely don't want to get vassalized. Okay, I think Might is 5 points away from getting a level up, so she's asking us to fight Samariang. We will get hit. Actually, no, this is not war. This is basically... This is mind. What about Might? This is war. So the Empress asks us to fight him. We lose untrustworthiness. Quite a bit of it, because we're tearing up not only the deal that we have currently, but we're too close to tearing up the 2 previous deals. But this is exactly what we want. And we're basically still doing the Empress's bidding, which is how we want to roleplay this. And we get to level up our might. So I think this is a win-win for us. I mean, 10 points of wealth is also interesting. But no, I think we do it. How bad is the untrustworthiness? 19 points. Yeah, it's bad. But the Empress said so. So we did. So we do it. We are not healed, but we're gonna push because I don't think their army's here. And I think we actually know why their army's not here, because that army's here. All 3 of them are spies. I wonder how that happened. So I think what we need to do is we need to check, see if we can kill Dad next turn. That's one thing. But more importantly, we need to go and poison... We need to infiltrate the other army. Alright, we need to get line of sight on that army. Apparently there's a 3rd army. Let's see where they are. Oh, they're all the way up in Intron. Oh, they're not coming back anytime soon. What about the other one? Yeah? Let me guess. The other one's like a administrator army? Maybe here in Huainan? Nope. Huh. There's a 3rd Mysteries army that we don't know where. She's not family, so her points are for this. We can first make them walk back slowly with the falsified march. I mean, probably want to do it to this army too, just in case. And then just build up a few points here. That's what he should do here as well. He's getting 30, so there's no overflow. That's getting 37. Some of the new character court make them unhappy. And all is well. Change him back. Got a guy who's unhappy. Okay, so we'll just promote him. I don't want to deal with it. Sabotage the army that can't see or give our current army experience. I think we'll give them experience. We will take the industry boost with construction cost discount. Good thing we waited on that turn for the construction. That's not going to yield anything, so we're just going to do this. Alright, glad we waited on these. We're not saving just 10%, we're saving 30% now. But we only have 1 build. It's okay, this one ends. We pick up this one. This is pretty much a full build commandery until Reform catches up. Let's go get another spy. Things are looking pretty good.
来谈谈条件
He has that one army on the field. He has nothing, right? Does he have items that's overflowing? Okay, he has nothing.
朋友
We are gonna border him soon. If he can't really fund us, yeah, it's not worth it, because we might actually end up going to war with him again.
如此甚善。这很合理。
He's not actually here. Wait. Okay, yeah. All three strategists are not actually here. Looking for a wisdom assignment. Could also be... Oh, double item. Could also be on champions. So we'll take a look at his skill tree. Because there's wisdom right here. He doesn't have it. He's also disloyal. We're not keeping these. Alright, we'll have full vision of him moving against us.
我方静候，甚善，再会。
I mean, the Empress is really setting us up well. I mean, she's got us involved in a couple wars so far, but we have turned it around to benefit ourselves quite a bit. Yeah, that little faction got destroyed. There's no money there, so it wasn't going to get anything.
为天下黎民。
I don't want to take the casualties, so we're going to fight this.
咬定青山，全力以赴，则我等胜券在握。
If we can't assassinate Shangyong, what we can do with the other armies, basically just make them revolt against him. Then we basically get our second army
天
right
下
there.
瞩目，正在今日。
Could be a good... Oh, it's raining. But fortunately, this is a battle that we probably don't need much help in. So even if our trebuchets fail, it'll be okay. We'll go with standard shot, just tear that down. Should be just formalities here. Oh, did we just whiff? Oh, we hit one shot. Wow, we're whiffing pretty hard.
我军已攻破敌城门。
Broke the gate. No big deal. 6 shot on this. 12. Yeah, no rain would be better. Break the wall. We have turtle now. I can go up against the tower without actually taking that out. So I'm more... Yeah, I think taking out the wall is going to benefit us more. If we can take it out at the end there, that'd be great. If we can't, it's fine.
敌方城墙被攻
We'll just
破了
use the turtle to
继续
go
推进
through. One of the misses is going to take that out. 4 volleys. Let's see if we can hit it. Yeah, see, one of the misses is going to take that out. Nope. Might take that out before we take this out. Yep. Oh, we hit 2 shots. Respectable.
准备好了，速速前进！
加快步伐，
听命，注意，快速前进。
Fire. Yeah, sure, kill that, because they're not going to rout. Because most of them died on the... wall. The morale doesn't figure for that. What are they trying to do there? I have no idea what that's going on. Might be better for us to just kill that. Okay, now it's about wiping this out. And then we should get the army loss on this. There we go. I think the tower picked off a couple guys once they were moving in, but overall, not much casualties. Exactly what we're looking for. Alright, we continue to do the Empress's biddings, and we'll sweep across and take out Smadon's armies. We have vision on him. We'll see if he's willing to kill Dad. He is willing to kill Dad, so we're going to kill Dad. And then basically this army gets crippled. They're poisoned already. They're moving slowly. Or they're attritioning. We can just basically make them move slow. They're in foreign territory. And then we'll sweep across, make this army turn on themselves. Right, we can easily flip them later and have them just attack their own settlement. Yeah, we can join them for that. Then move north. We can maybe buy it from him. We don't have to take it by force. And then get up here. Then we'll be set up to take on Yinchuan and the Jin capital. They're starting to build up a force here. I don't know if he's defending it or he's attacking it. He's not. Okay, he's not attacking it. So we'll have to just basically find an opportunity to grab this. I think he's just moving across. I don't think he's actually standing there defended. And we'll see what other missions the Empress give us. We'll continue to build up our alignment. We'll try to continue to build up our prestige, which is actually growing pretty decently. If the food can keep up, once we get these food counties, we might make Nanyang go tall. That gives us more prestige. And we'll see. I mean, if we get Incheon first, if we don't go for this right away, we go with this. Then that's also a plan. But the thing we're doing is that the moment we turn on the Jin, we're also going to be declaring war on every single Sima faction in the game. And that means our borders will be exploding with wars, and we'll see how we deal with that. We probably need at least 3 army at that point. Probably 4 even, just 1 in each direction, just to cover ourselves. We're also pushing towards the Jin capital. So it should be exciting times. We definitely have the money to support 2 armies at this point. Maybe that's what happens with these spies. They might all end up working for us. And Smadon's fate is pretty much sealed, as we'll assassinate him at the start of next episode. So I hope you guys enjoy this, and we'll see you all next time. Bye!